with Pierre again, and we're here to talk to you. We're going to jump right through it because we're running a little bit late, and I'm sorry we had some technical issues, but we're on. We're just double checking here on our end on the computer to make sure everything is up and going. It says that we're live.
Right, we are live right now. We're live.
Yeah, can you see that?
Yeah, I see that. I see that. That's perfect. That's
All
really
right.
amazing.
All right, good. Okay. So we're live and we're going to talk today. We're going to talk to you guys about being a limitless being. Because we've been taught, we have all these assumptions from when we're from the time we were born, and our parents instilled all these beliefs in us that we find out after finding Neville or law of attraction, law of assumption, however we stumbled into the truth that we are limitless beings. We're truly limitless. That being said, I just want to start off by saying, have you experienced anything at all that led you to believe that you truly are a limitless being?
Yes, I do. That was my out body experience.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you. That was my out body experience, and when I got my out body experience, and I know I'm not my body, I'm just a soul, and I'm one with God, and I see my body and my bed, everything, and that happened to me 2 times, and that tell me, yeah, I'm more than my body, just this in the Bible, you're not that physical, you're not that flesh, you're more than that flesh. So yeah, that's why. So many events, so many things happen to me. So that's why I know I'm more than I'm more than human, I'm more than a human, and I'm just one with God.
Are there any other you're one with God? Can you share a human then, because you've shared that you've experienced yourself and seen your remote on the bed out of your body, seeing that you are a soul. Can you give also where you experienced something, like we've talked over the course of the past week, and you talked about how you had a dream, and I apologize for the background noise. We have a toddler that's being interesting. It's not working. We're not live.
We are.
We are live. We are live. Perfect. I see it.
Look at it. It's not showing up on here.
Okay, he's seeing it.
I see it live.
Live, but it's not working.
He's saying
But
it's
I see
not.
people send like everything,
Oh, it's him. It's him doing it. He's saying that we're having issues.
I'm the only one here.
He's saying we're the only ones here, but that's okay. That doesn't. You need to get your sister out of here.
If you refresh it, it's not showing up on our page.
But
Okay,
it says live.
Live's not showing up.
He's saying it's not showing up.
Okay, let me try to share with my brother and my.
Okay. Yeah, because he's saying that he's scared that we'll have to go back and do Zoom in like the last time, but he played with my iPad all week, which is brand spanking new, and didn't charge it. So I'll figure it out.
I said to my brother, and let me go and ask him.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Pierre.
All right.
She needs to get out of here now.
Hey, JP.
You need to bring her
try
to
to see like if I'm live. I send you the link right now.
No,
you see it?
Grab her.
You see it?
You guys get out of here.
Yeah, my brother see it.
I'm gonna take my car to the library.
We're live.
No, you're in chaos. You guys, come on.
My brother see it. We're live.
We are live?
Yeah, you see it.
You
see it. I just sent the link to him. You see it.
Hi.
He just say hi. Yeah.
Oh, good.
You see it. Hey, JP, try to share with some other people, some friend, just like let me share with some other friend.
Okay, well,
we're live.
Raiden couldn't see me, so he's like, I don't see you, so you're not live. Is that your brother with the heart emojis then? Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about it. We'll just keep going. Your brother's seeing us, so that it's just not showing up on my end, okay? All right, so now that I can breathe, I was saying while you were gone can you hear me? You look frozen. Oh, no.
I'm here. I
Okay,
was sending
there you
link.
go.
You know,
You were like
I'm not.
not it was like I'm like, "Oh, you froze time. You said you could freeze time. There you go. You did a really good job at that. You really
Oh
did."
yeah, I do a lot of time.
Okay, well, it worked really well just now, honestly. I'm trying to relax. I really am. Okay. So, I was gonna ask you because we talked over the course of the week, and you were saying that when you were a teenager that you
Hmm.
had a dream where, Michael Jackson visited you and
Yeah. And
oh,
teach me how to dance.
these
And
are
multiple times.
these are huge accomplishments. Like, what do you think inspired other people to do what they do? You said you're good at dancing and you've had great, vivid dreams. And I know I've had vivid dreams. Um, but I want to share how powerful we are being the God that we are in human form. Like to navigate, to help so we can share our wonderful mystical experiences so we inspire others to do as we do, just like Neville. We want to carry on Neville. That's why Neville lectured, half a year, week after week, and wrote the 12 books that he wrote. That's what I found anyway,
Hmm.
so that we carry on and not it abruptly end there. And you said that you also, and I want to expand on that later after we talk about more of your abilities to dance. I want to talk about Freedom Barry because I'm assuming you've watched some of his videos because
Yeah,
he's still with
I,
us.
I watch some of his video, and I'll read some of his book, about Neville, and the one of the best. I love two his book. I love all of them, but my favorite, I got two favorite books about Neville. It was the one, Feeling is the Secret, and Out of This World. Out of This World, it explain you how you're not that physical body, how you are one with God and consciousness. You're just a pure consciousness. You're just a pure awareness. So you're able to connect and make everything come true. But when your awareness is just so focused on the physical, that's why you limit yourself. The limit is you because you limit yourself. That's why he said, I remember in this book he said like, Jesus Christ become aware he's one with God. That's why he's able to do all those miracles. And as human, we can do the same thing.
Right.
And that's why Jesus say you are the temple and God is within. So that's why you have so many people have so many mystical experience, but they fear, they have so much fear to express it, to say, oh, they're crazy at this, but it's real because you're more than that body.
Well, that's why we're here because we're gonna help others succeed in what we've experienced and we will obviously continue to experience them because, like I said, with Neville, after he had just had the birth from his skull, he thought that was it, and then there were four more, you know, majestical mystical experience that erupted from his head. The of course the birth of the baby handed to him in swaddling clothes, and they distinctly said, This is not. Did Neville have a baby? This is
Hmm.
Neville's baby." And then he meets David, and then of course the splitting of the temple, your body, and seeing golden liquid pulsing light, and then
Hmm.
it's you. You have the innate wisdom, and then you have the serpent, the ascension of serpent,
Hmm.
which I think is a part of that. But then you also have the descent of the dove, smothering him with kisses. So
Yeah,
he did, and he said it took 3.5 years from the first to the last. And I think that I'm sorry.
you get Joe about it.
She's addicted to me. She wants me, but she has to
Yeah,
see the thermal imaging individual. Anyway, so I'm gonna say that I'm gonna be at peace. I'm gonna be at peace here.
yeah.
So Freedom Barry, has he? I've never listened to Freedom Barry. I have seen him. I just am curious. Has he had any of these mystical experiences that were dis- explained and experienced by Neville Goddard?
But
That is what I'm trying to ask you.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't go too deep with him. I don't go too deep, but I just follow him some a little bit, not too much, just a little bit, not too much. But Neville was really deep in mysticism, and he was God. He was God, and he understand that. That's why right now, that's why I got a lot of respect from Neville and Abdullah, because right now the science, all major science from university right now say Neville, um talk about one of consciousness and awareness, and that's been a lot. That's been like, because Neville was so deeply advanced, and right now everybody give a proof of it. Because I remember one of his book he called The Power of Imagination. He said everything is consciousness and awareness, and right
Yes.
now everybody start to say it. People from the Silicon Valley, even Elon Musk talk about consciousness, awareness. But back in the day, when you say you are a god or you are just a pure consciousness, you're not, that physical body is not real, it's just a headset, it's just a virtual
Yes.
headset, is not real, people will take you crazy. But right now, people talk
Well,
about those things right now is
that,
normal right now. That's why I respect Neville, because Neville was so advanced for its time, so advanced, really advanced.
right, because now we have science, and that you were sharing some of the science that you found that proved everything Neville was saying. Like
Everything.
besides, and so does of course Dr. Joe Dispenza with his advanced technological devices. He has proven scientifically, that, and I know he is a mystic as well. He
It
doesn't.
is.
He is a mystic. I haven't listened to him as much as you. I don't know if he's shared any mystical experiences that you can share.
Inshallah, inshallah, inshallah.
Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Yeah, you got a lot of out body experience, experience infinite love with, he see himself. Okay, one experience he shared, he sees his own self in a vision, clear vision, was doing meditation, and he sees his own self in the ancient time, and he was share those knowledge, those mystical knowledge, and he got killed for share those mystical knowledge. And
Hmm.
that's why I said, oh, I think right now I have to share the knowledge right now. That's why I come here right now, to share those mystical experience, because I got killed. And he starts to share right now, and he don't care how anything whatever people say, just do it. Make people do crazy thing, healing people, stage 4 cancer people, blind people
Yep.
see,
Yep.
people with good organ, everything. That's why I say it's really a pure mysticism. And about you, what kind of mysticism, you experience?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a lot. I've had visions, and I've only had really one out of body experience, and I explained it, I think, the last time. I'm not sure, I can't remember, but I did also a lot of these experiences I
Hmm.
had. Some of them are very difficult to explain with human words, and Neville used to say that as well.
A lot.
But the first one was, like I said, that I waited for you just have to be comfortable, and I waited for to see after and because he explains, and I've uploaded that, how he goes in meditation. So I was really deliberately meditating to, I didn't look for anything. That's the key. You can't be looking for any kind of experience, or I mean, yes, you assume it. So
It'll
you
come to you. It'll come
right.
to you.
Yes, but what yeah, exactly. I didn't do anything specifically I didn't call it. It came to me out of nowhere, but all of them have. Unknowingly, it just happened, without me, beckoning it or doing any kind of mantra or anything of that sort. I was completely blank minded. And I think that is the key from my own experience, because I had just listened, because I've listened to Neville's lectures repeatedly over and over again, on and off, for the last 6, 7 years. I've also listened to his books. I've read his books. I have some of his books, and I assumed that because in one of his lectures, he stated that he assumed that he
Hmm.
experienced the Bible because he lived in the Bible. He spent most of his life from like 19th after he had that after he met Abdullah and
Abdullah.
yes, that's when he started studying on a very profound level where he started using the Strong's Concordance to define all these terms, and he
All the symbolic
yeah,
term,
and he's found the similarities between the old and the new, and how the old is the foundation, the new is the revelation, and all that. Okay, and so like I've said repeatedly, if you go to the end, and I've even uploaded it under this channel as a I don't know if it's a short, but it's or video, but basically I followed what he said, and I had already been seeing the puffs, these like blue and black in my eyes, and so I knew what he was talking about when the lady asked him, "How do you go into meditation?" He just said, "I don't assume any exact position. The key is to be
and the
neutral,
silence, neutral.
silence, no distractions, and have no thoughts. Basically, just be comfortable." That was the other
Stillness.
stillness. Yeah, be still and no thoughts, no thinking, and of course, be comfortable. That was the key. Be
Yeah.
completely relaxed. That's really hard to do sometimes, but you had to be relaxed. And so that's when I had my first vision. Anyway,
The more you do it, the more it become natural
yeah,
to you.
I know. And he said that. So
Yeah.
I know, but like
Because
I
I do it all the time, all the time, all the time. Sometimes at work, I can be okay. Let me do some 5 minutes stillness meditation. I do all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. I do it.
hi.
You know, if I got a break, I take some couple time and I do the because the stillness meditation is so important because that's the moment you're aware of your unconscious thought. You can aware of your action, your feeling, anything, and you know you're not your thought. You know you are God. You know become a
Yes.
pure consciousness. That's the
Well,
best way to know who you are for real.
okay,
Because
so
mhm,
I waited and then all of a sudden I said, "Hello, hi, Universal Edits. How are you?" I say hi. Hello. Bonjour.
salut.
I'm trying to get my French back. Um anyway, then all of a sudden there was this like most of what I saw, and it was all and obviously internal. Visions are internal. Nothing. There's of course we can't dissect our brains to show the evidence when we have these mystical experiences. You just hope that people believe you, and then you tell them, and then you tell them, please go test yourselves instead of
Yeah, yeah,
be
yeah,
a
yeah.
doer of the word, not just hearer. Go test it. Both of these are in Scripture. You're told to be still and know your God. It tells you to commune with your own heart upon your bed. It tells you to what's the other one? It's just to test. Do you not realize that Jesus Christ is in you? Of course, unless of course, you fail to meet the test. Test yourselves. Okay, and then of course, out. Then of course, the other one being yeah, really, honestly. But I'm in the middle of talking. Okay, I'll wait a minute. Just go. I'll let you know when I need you. So then the other one that I was trying to say, test yourselves and see, and then what did I just say?
But test yourself.
I
Everything is
just
in the
said it.
Bible,
No, but I
and
said the other one, test your be a hearer, don't be just a hearer, be a doer. So
yeah,
you can sit here and listen to us, and until you lay down with your own heart by yourself and be still, you're not going to have these experiences. I'm not going to have one with this child sitting on my lap right now. Okay. Or, you have to be completely at peace.
you have to
And,
test. You have to test those knowledge. You
but
have to
you want to
test for
know
yourself.
something? And I'm going to go back to that in a minute when I finish saying what I'm going to say, because this is important. So because you have to, like you said, you have to learn to control the environment and put yourself at peace and tell yourself that you can be at peace even if you live in a hustly bustly area, because Neville had tremendous mystical experience living in New York City, the busiest city in the United States of America, one of the most populated. And because if you listen to his lectures, you can hear horns from cars honking. He lived in a very he learned to put himself at peace. So you have to learn to do it no matter what. And
Right.
he said, even when you're on a subway train, close your eyes. So what if people judged you? Who cares? You're communing with your own heart, yourself, your higher being, and God. And do you want to have these experiences so that you become more powerful or not? What's it going to be? So Anyway, you have to overcome that. But back to this. So I saw, like I said, a big white light and this little like face. And as I told you, as I looked, concentrated, looked, to like, in my head, like, what is this? And then it was my face. But that's all it was just my face, nothing else, just my face. And that's when I realized that that's the God meditating me, because we are all individualized. So I'd had to keep going back to his lectures, because until you have the experience where you meet your son David, he says, "Today that I have begotten thee, you are my father." Some of you don't know exactly what all these visions and dreams, mean. You just experience them. So then my second one was, and I kept telling myself, just so you know, I kept not vain repetition, but like just assuming that I was, I would affirm that I'm just like Neville, that I'm a powerful mystic. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would tell myself these things.
And you are.
Right. So that it crystallizes, you know what I'm saying, into my reality, that because you're basically you interacting with yourself. So I wanted this, I had the hunger, it was upon my heart, and I want to experience all that Neville has shared with us. I'm not frightened by it. I want to experience it. So then I had another, I've had several others. Like I've said, one was um, where I was floating out. This is when I was floating in my body. I was just like floating down a street. I could tell that I was floating. I didn't know that I was out of my body until I floated to the end of the road and then went down a sidewalk and looked into a door that allowed me to cast the reflection, and I was looking at myself. That was my first, and it was wasn't frightening for me. It was very,
Vivid,
very vivid, but very fun,
real. Yeah.
real fun, and something that made me smile, made me feel good. It makes you feel good to experience this power in you, and it just magnifies and intensifies the more that you, like you said, the more time that you spend meditating. I used to meditate 3 or 4 times a day at least, and now I'm upset because I'm lucky if I can do it.
No, don't be upset.
I know I
Don't be
can't be
upset.
upset. I have to make. It's not that I'm
You
not
just
making
just just,
time.
just
People,
assume
I'm in high demand. Huh.
just assume like everything is already there, you know.
I know.
You can you can assume you have time no matter what's
Yeah.
going on. That's what I do, you know.
Ooh.
Because the world's gonna be in your favor all the time, you know, no matter what's going on, you know.
Right. And that's what I'm
The
saying.
world's
So
gonna
I
be
have
your
to
favor, yeah.
assume. I
You
know.
have to
That's what I
assume.
just said. I'm not complaining. I'm not making time. I'm gonna just
It's
assume that
gonna be
I have the
happening.
time, because
It's gonna
that
be happening.
it is so important to do what we just said. So so we've talked a lot about mysticism. I want to, some people don't want to experience the promise, or have all these mystical experiences. All they want.
Because they fear. You know, some people are in
Mhm.
fear of mysticism, you know.
Because
Some
they
people
cling
have
so
the
tightly. It's because they're clinging so tightly to their physical body instead
a
of
lot
who the
because
being.
that's the where all the awareness is put in, you know, just the focus is on the body and that 3D. That's it, in the physical only.
And I say that all the time when I upload, that was the biggest mistake I made, is worrying about what is going on in this 3D. I spend too much time worrying about what's going on here, and that's why I want people to learn from my mistake. Hi,
Hey, hey.
hey, how are you? Okay, hey. So I want to share more, like more human experiences, the law of assumption now, and that you are a limitless being, and that we can tell that problem, that mountain problem, to jump in the sea, and that it will.
It will. Because if you're like Neville say, you know, like Neville like to say, if you change self, everything will change. You know, Neville like to say that if you change self, everything will start to change. So the best thing you have to do is change yourself first, and everything's gonna be a mirror. So, but some people, the awareness. That's why I love Neville and Neville so much and Dr. Joy. So when your awareness and your attention so deep in that physical body, so everything you put your focus on grow. So when you know your all awareness, example, if your nose, right? Your nose, everybody know the nose exists. But if you're not aware of it, you never know it exists, but it's there.
I know that's what we're trying to accomplish today. So, like I said, and also the science has backed up that if you take your attention off your problem and just leave it on the solution, whatever that it may be. So, some people don't know what the solution is to their problem. So, what I found works is to say, I don't have any problem. What problem? It worked itself out. I think that that's a good way to handle it. And now I want to shift more from problems to um, manifestations. Like, for instance, you want a new house, or you want a new car, or you want a sum of money. Because let's face facts, these are the things that people are interested in obtaining, and we know that you and I know that all things are possible.
Everything
You
is possible
you just
because we are unlimited, unlimited.
Okay. I just want you, and I'm going to share mine, but I want you to share your technique that you use, like, because the one thing that I'm really proud that you've accomplished is the fact that you were a non-English speaking individual and you did not take any formal education. You assumed that you spoke English, and then you have basically appropriated it to achieve your goal. So, can you explain that, how you use the law of assumption to that's a really good one that you did. That's
Oh
something
yeah.
to be proud of
Oh yeah. I
in a
will
very
share that
short
experience.
time.
It is an amazing experience. So yeah, I was assuming, right? I was deep focused. Back then, I was struggling a lot to learn English. I was so frustrated, and I said, okay, so if some, I was born in Haiti. I don't go to school to learn Creole and French. I just know. So okay, because I assume once I was little, because I see everybody talking Creole, and my mind just assume it and it come natural to me. So I say, okay, it's the same thing. I only assume I speak English really easy, quickly, assume it. And I start to assume all the time and grateful about it because that's one of my big trick. Uh, that's my trick for my body for non-resistance. Because when you really did feel grateful, you cannot resist anymore. You feel it is already there because that feeling, that emotion, you say is already there. You have the confidence of it. And I got inspired to go in the library. I got inspired to listen this, to listen that. It come normal to me. I don't have to force it anymore. It come natural. That's why when you assume something, you have to have the feeling too. That's why I never talk about the feelings, the secret. When you
Mhm.
assume it, sometimes people assume, but they have the resistance. That's why I never talk about, and you talk about in the book. I think a verse. You talk about when Jesus prayed.
Law of reversibility. That's what I have a lecture about that from the when I first started on this channel, uploading my videos on top of the subliminals. I use that. That's one of my first videos. So I talk about so I read about this engineer. He was going to school to be an engineer, and then
Hmm.
he learned about the law of reversibility and found Neville. And he said he dropped out of college and he's a millionaire because he did everything, and of course, he's not probably on any, he's on Google, but I don't know if hi, how are you? I don't know. I'm saying hi to myself. That's okay.
No, no,
Hi.
no. It's everybody.
So law of reversibility. I apologize. I didn't interrupt you.
No, you good. You good. You good. You good. You good.
You use that for your benefit.
Yeah, I use that for my benefit a lot. I use that for my benefit a lot. Sometimes I reverse all the time. Everything is perfect, everything is good. If something bad happened to me, that's the way it gonna make me go better. Because sometimes when you're in that human body, when your awareness is so focused on that physical human body, that potential, you're so limitless. You're so limitless. Really, really limitless. Hi, hi, bing bang, bing bang, hi. That was my friend. One that's my friend. Is very
Nice.
spiritual too. When me and him say "bing bang," that's mean like the everything you're attracted. That's why we talk about it. Bing bang. That's why the boomerang effect. That's life. That's why all the time say bing bang all the time
Good for
because
you
you attract who
guys.
you are. You attract who you are. Yeah.
Nice. That's so good. You got a support group. Good for you. Hi, how are
Yeah.
you? Rich Flow 20. Bing bang. That's awesome. No, that's
Yeah.
good because, Neville talked about one time he had a lightning bolt explosion. I think that was when he saw the splitting. He saw a lightning bolt as well when he had the splitting of his body. So Bing Bang's a good thing.
It's the Big Bang, yeah. After the Big Bang is just order. That's mean like that infinite intelligence is so powerful. That's why me and him like always say Big Bang because say damn, but after an explosion, it's supposed to be disorder, but it's just with order. Man, that's amazing.
That is amazing. That's a
That's
good
yeah, that's
thing.
amazing. Yeah.
I love it. No, listen, I'm into different, lingo and different terminology, because I learned that I am a okay, I have a degree in culture and I know a lot. I've lived all over the United States. I've been in Mexico, I've been in Canada. So I've been in a lot of different, environments. I'm in the desert now, but I've been where in I'm getting ready to go to New Hampshire where it's been extremely cold. And, I think that it's important to immerse ourselves like Neville, he was definitely one that didn't idle. He did not have an idle mind. Wherever he's like the Bible says, wherever the sole of the foot shall tread, it has been given unto us. That's the other thing that I want you to share. You surrendered, right? You didn't force it. It just all came naturally. That's the key. You keep saying naturally, and his ways are higher than our ways. I was reading some rereading because I read Neville's Faith is Your Fortune a long time ago, like 5 years ago at least. So now, you forget, and I'm rereading it, and that book's much older than it's one of his first books. But I do want to say that what inspired me naturally to pick it up and look at it again was the fact that um, I was listening to a lecture a couple days ago, and an individual in the audience asked him about a metaphysicist, and said his name, but you can't really hear the audience speaker, the attendees. I couldn't really hear what the name that he said, but I do know whoever this was. Neville had sent him that book along with The Feeling Is the Secret, but he thought that his title to Faith and Fortune should have been Face and Fortune, and never even opened the book. He said that the letter that he wrote him was very immature for somebody who was very educated, and then frowned on Neville because Neville didn't have all these degrees behind his name. And that's what,
That's the ego, that
yep,
that
yep,
means
yep,
that
yep,
I
yep.
have a lot of
Looking at it.
ego, because his awareness is so focused on the physical body only.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
why.
So he didn't care. That's what I love about Neville. So your friend has
And
said
and,
we're
and, and and guess what?
unlimited being. We are unlimited beings.
Yes,
Anything
yes.
that you assume to be true is true. And
Yeah, well,
that you
unlimited.
don't need to take, the good part is you don't have to take any action for it to experience it out here in the physical world, because that's why I was bringing up this book. You're all consciousness, and it comes as a lot to a lot of people. We got to quit saying that because we're assuming that, but Neville said it over and over again. It comes as a sharp blow to many human beings. They don't want to accept that they're real being in this, their true reality is in their consciousness. They want to believe that all this out here that
It's
is real.
real,
And
but it's
when it
not
was
real.
all, for every bit of it was first imagined. The phone we're on, the necklace I'm wearing that's from Egypt,
Everything.
everything was first imagined.
Mhm.
Okay, the shirt, the clothes, the bed, every single item. You cannot, just like I always say, you can't. The man didn't go to the moon first. The thought preceded the man going to the moon. But it happened. It's already, and trust me, that's what else he said it over and over again, because how odd people probably thought the thought was until it was already a fact. Hi, April. Hi. Your power irritates their demons. Trust hires. Yes, God, he's amazing. What a good friend you have. Yes, you have. No, and
Man,
that's what's in Neville's book. Exactly. In the Faith and Fortune, it says exactly what he wrote. You do have to trust your higher self, and confidence in yourself will
it's the most powerful thing. It's the
is
most powerful.
showing that you have
It's
faith
just
in
confidence
God.
in God. Oh yeah, they say the
Yes.
same thing.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
sorry. We
Yeah.
think alike. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. I don't want to parrot. Okay, so this part that I was listening to and reading, I have to read. I'm more, and I got to change this assumption. I'm more of a physical. I have to read it. Sometimes it just doesn't penetrate. I'm not an audio person. I like to read it, right? And because I
Okay,
read,
okay.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, I like to read, and that's the good thing about the version that I'm seeing on YouTube is that you can see the book because I don't have my book with me. But so they now on Amazon you can buy all 12 of his books for only $17, all 12 of them in one book,
All of the
all in
collection, yeah.
12. And I'm going to buy it so that if we're going to be talking about Neville all the time, at least have it as a reference because I want to expound on him and write a book more about mysticism, and definitely you could keep going with it. That hasn't been accomplished. Even Lindell, who is also one of Neville's students, because we know Elmer's grandfather died
Yeah.
already. Okay, so we have Lindell, but he's very old. He's 92. He lives in California, and you can look him up. He is producing things. He has shared some of his mystical experiences, but not really. He doesn't really elaborate, like not in detail.
It don't want really deep. You don't want really deep. I know him. I know him. I see his video. Yeah.
Hmm.
I see him on YouTube. Yeah. He
Yeah,
got
he doesn't
glasses and
really
stuff.
want it. He says what they say is that they're more individualized, which they are, but you need to share what you experience because
And st-
you.
and to make
And
people feel
Neville said that.
comfortable,
Yes.
because a lot of people have mystical experience, but they don't want to share. They feel, oh man, I have to keep by myself. They think I'm crazy. But guess what? When you share, you're like, oh yeah, I can share too. Okay, it's normal because I got the same experience. I can share my own experience. So
Yeah,
so
that's the good thing about
that's
us putting it here on YouTube. This is going to be forever unless YouTube goes away, which I doubt they will. So someone can refer to this forever because I think information is extremely important because you need to
really
know
well
who.
important.
So like, and that's what this book, Faith. How it starts off. They're taught. Neville talks about the fact that you are more than the body you wear. That you are a soul having a human experience, and I could feel that. This is the key. And it may have been because I was attending Catholic school. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I was a child and knew it. I could
From
sense,
India.
I could
Hi,
feel it.
Ati Shandi from India.
Hi, from India. Hi, how are
Yeah.
you? You're- eh, How are you today on this fine Friday? It's probably, I don't know if it's Friday in your neck of the woods, but it is here. Your parent, yeah, I know. And so it's hard. Hi, how are you? If you haven't, listen, we forgot to say, if you have any questions, please ask away. We're talking about how we're limitless beings. So, like, okay,
And
say you want to be a pilot, you have to. That's why I was asking. I'm going to ask him, and then I'm going to tell you. I have said it time and time again, but I want to ask uh, um, my friend here, Pierre, how he appropriates and what does he do to manifest his desires, even especially the big ones, because it's all the same, guys. It's all the same energy. Whether you want $1 million or $1,000, it's all the same energy. It's all done the same way. About intention of the university I've been teaching at for now 13 years is the importance of not instructing on like some kind of process, but as like a cookie cutter type thing that we're all different, and to be culturally sensitive and uh, respect individuals. I am the powerhouse behind that at my institution. Because I was born in the military, I was around a lot of different cultures. My youngest son is as well. Um, and I am even now. So, and I teach a lot of different types of individuals that because culture is not just race, ethnicity, um, you know, religion. It comprises so many layers. So, actually, culture is a nebulous term, and it has over 164 definitions. It is my forte. I'm an expert in the field of culture, and it is, you cannot define it, but the simplest terms, it's basically a set of values that guide human behaviors. So I
It's just
res-
find a way to express, you know, they
right, and
express the way they interpret life,
right.
the way they say everything. It's an expression
Well, it's kind of
of the
like
way they
that with
feel.
that's okay. So there's 28 languages of Indian with 28 caste. You know, run it up, best song from India. The army is good or bad. Well, that's how it's all how
I would
you
know.
perceive it. It's all point of view.
Yeah, I
Please,
would know.
madam and sir, say the song on YouTube, run it up. Okay. Well, here, speaking of Indians, here in the United States of America, there's so many, and especially in this area, there are a lot of Indian tribes. From Cherokee to Sioux. We could go on all day. All right.
Semimo, you know,
Yeah, and
it's
so
a lot.
they have all their different Indian. Okay, they're all separate. They're not the same, and they have different languages.
Interpretation, yeah.
And that right now on this planet, in any country, I think I feel the most empathy for Native Americans born in the United States of America more than any other. I'm sorry, because the land was taken from them by the British. So if I'm not here to discuss history, but I think that, and I might have some Native American in my bloodline, and whatever. I'm just a human having, I'm a God having a human
Human
experience.
experience, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a God having a human experience. I try not to identify too much with my body, but I respect your culture. I am not here to dispute that with you. Your culture is valuable to me, and I help everyone. I believe in peace, harmony, and love for all. And also I admonish that that we are love. Our core being is love because God is love, and God and Neville used to say that all the time. Doesn't matter, black, white, Greek, Jew. It doesn't matter. Male or even female, your true being is above
Love it.
the organization of sex or any kind of culture. It is difficult to be in the army. It is difficult. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm aware of that. You don't want. I have two army veterans in my family. My
But
son.
if you assume it, it's gonna be difficult.
Yes, I know. We can't, that's why I try not to have any, I try to be
If
positive
you assume,
everywhere. That's our goal here today, is to explain that you are a limitless being. And all you have to do is take your attention off these limiting beliefs and put them on unlimiting beliefs. You're
example
an
like
infinite.
Neville, right? Example like Neville. In Neville have degrees, but he assumed he was the best of the best. Guess what? Everybody study him right now. Millionaires study him, you know. A lot of people from Silicon Valley study Neville. You know, Federico Fijin, the guy who made the microprocessor, study Neville, you know. And he got
It's
a lot of respect from Neville, and everything Neville been said is the truth. Because when you assume something, it's just something like that. It's just something like for that girl help, you know. Everybody try to have a logical. Oh, you cannot do this because I say, hey, don't believe on none of the thing, right? Just deep focus and assume you're the best, you're the manager. That's it. And guess
okay.
what?
So
Somebody comes in
you
favor.
you can understand what it's like to come from another country, speaking in a foreign language, and coming into the United States. The oneness, that's right. Thank you so much. You are just a saint. Whoever, I don't know, your friend is there. Thank you so much, Richflow 20K. I appreciate you 100%. Yes, I don't listen. It is difficult. I don't know. It's not difficult to be in the army. I have a son in the Air Force, and I have my daughter's friend is in the army right now in New York, and he's already been overseas, and he's very young. He's only 19, and he's already been to Jordan. My youngest son went to Iraq at the age of like 20, 21. So did my oldest son. So yeah, I listen. So that's what I'm getting at. I want to hear your steps. If you decide, do you use it? Do you employ any technique when you decide that you have something? Do you just, and you go
I
all in, you
assume.
feel it to be real? Do you follow Abdullah Neville so we can, because we already got 45 minutes in when I'm gonna have to get off here in a few minutes.
Okay, so
Sorry.
only thing I do, I just be grateful. It's already done. Because Neville teach how to pray is already done. And I feel grateful. But the signature of faith is gratitude. because you cannot resist. When you're deep grateful, you cannot complain. You see it's already done. That's it. That feeling, when you assume that feeling for is already done, man, I cannot explain it. That's why I do all the time. That's why I do all the time, multiple times. I just assume it's already done and I feel grateful about it. And guess what? I got to inspire action. That's why I never been tell everybody, like, don't force yourself to do it. You will do it, like, you inspire, like, because you always channel energy, you know. So you change that. It's just like a radio. You just change your frequency. You just assume
Yeah,
that
he
energy.
used he used to say that all the time, and it's changed the frequency, and you have to be in alignment with that frequency. Okay, so you and if okay, and you we've already talked about force versus inspired action. You're just going to move under compulsion,
Yeah,
and
I do a
it's going
lot.
to be natural.
Natural. I do a lot. I do a lot. Is something like sometimes when I manifest money. Okay, I will explain that one. One day it
You're,
was last year it was my birthday. My cousin, my big cousin in my family, and he asked me he want a gift. So I know he love NSC. He love to drink. So I would go buy an NSC, but I don't have cash, right? I don't have cash, so they only take cash. They don't take card in that liquor store. So on my way to go to the ATM, oh my goodness, I find $200.
see,
I don't know. I don't expect it, but I was so deep focused on abundance. It come right to me, inspire action. The right
you're
time, the right moment to make it happen.
right. And your friend Rich Flow 20K says your perception is your
Is your
reality.
reality?
Change
Yes,
it, your reality will shift. That's right.
yes.
Hey, you have another friend on there. Hi.
Hi. That I got some good friend. I got some good friends. That's awesome. It's from Dominican Republic.
I've learned a lot from Pierre. I do the same. So I know that I've noticed with myself that anything that I have zero resistant with, that's why I can manifest for others so quickly, like within minutes or hours. That that versus me, that if I'm so focused on it, too focused on it, it takes longer. So you have to, this is why it's the
But
key is you got to test it for yourself. And I have found that if you just, like you said, move under compulsion, it's going to find you. It
and you
literally,
when you focus on
and
gratitude, it's
like
so
I
much
said, be thankful and be at peace in a state
because
of neutrality.
because the more you think for about something, that I say everybody, the whole creation is God, and God love gratitude.
Yes.
So the more you complain, you for my that's why I don't that's why I observe on my own life. Back in the day, I was to know those law, but when I was complaining, I find so many things to complain all the time. And I said, okay, let me do the reverse. Let me just stay focused on more gratitude. And I find more things in my life to be grateful for.
Well,
I
I
find
do know.
so many things to be
Yes.
grateful for. And you have no resistance anymore. And you have that confidence. Oh yeah, I did that last year. So I can do better. Oh wow.
So do
I
you
was so
do you say you assume it to be true, you give gratitude and love, and you be in a state of love and peace and harmony, which is heaven anyway, the true heaven. So because heaven is within, the kingdom of heaven is within. They're telling you over and over in the Bible and even in the gospel that the heaven is within, and everybody's out here looking out here. Yes, you can create a heaven out here, but it's got to start in here, and that's the key. And to assume it, to feel it real, that it's an accepted fact. And the other thing I wanted to ask you, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm so sorry,
no,
Pierre.
you're good, you're good, you're good, you're good, you're good. You're
I'm just
perfect.
trying, and then you give gratitude and thanksgiving, and that's all in alignment. Everything that you said is in alignment with Neville and Abdullah. Is
Yeah, that
that and people, that's the problem, is they're trying to force things, and that's why they're failing. And Neville said that over and over again. When you start to force things, it's not going to happen. So I wanted to say that my loved one that has been in the hospital now for almost since the beginning, since I started doing these uploads, video uploads. Let's see, he's getting out. I don't know the exact date. I did speak to him, like I said, a couple days ago, and he's sounded amazing. I have talked to a couple of other relatives, and they have informed me that he is being released. And when I spoke to him, I just want you to guys to know that whenever that's what I was going to ask you, but I'm not, and is if you visualize, because what I've done, and I know this, if you do this, and I know from experience, this works for me. What I did is I imagined him doing what he loves most. Like I even saw a picture that I use as a subliminal thumbnail, him surfing. He loves to surf. He's very good at surfing. And I had even reached out to him, talking about it, because that's a skill that's not easy. It takes extreme coordination and talent, but he obviously assumed that he was good at. He has always been a good athlete. He's good at basketball. He's exceptional at hockey. He learned to play hockey at 5. And, so I saw him on the surfboard, which means obviously, like Neville would say, that how could you be in a state contrary to that if you're putting him in that state of perfection, being on that surfboard in the ocean. So I was just wondering if you use visualizations as well, and what do
I
you
do.
do?
I I do visualization a lot, a lot. And when I do my visualization, I do it gratitude a lot. The way I'll be feeling happy, grateful, having love for life, having love for God and for everybody. The joy of life, the joy to be alive and have that beautiful human experience as a God. Because imagine when I was trying to manifest my car, my first car, when I was in Haiti. Because I got my first car in Haiti, but my mom never made me drive it because oh yeah, yeah, but before I drive it, I come United States, so I come very early. So I don't have the time to really enjoy that that Nissan. So I come here and enjoy an Acura, a different car. So what I was doing, it was like I was so visualize myself driving that car and feel grateful and feel so happy, really, really do grateful. And I feel and I ask myself, how I'm gonna feel? And I said, okay, I will put my friend and I visualize my friend so happy with me too. Man, I got a car. I need a ride. I need to see that girl with that car, everything. And I just visualize it. And the gratitude, the signature. I think for me, the signature, like you said in the Bible, when you pray, it's already done. You have to pray, it's already done. Not begging, not hoping, but
Yep,
it's already done. I think the
that's
signature of praying and to make something happen is through gratitude. And when you focus on gratitude, that energy is so deep. You cannot doubt anymore. That doubt would go, and you find more things to be grateful for, and your whole energy, your whole state of being changed. The light gone. You see,
I,
damn, where I
well, and
made
it,
it,
it
and
says that it says that, like you said in Mark, like 11:24, believe you have received it, and you shall.
oh, they say the viewer unlimited get more subscribers to get more viewer the next time people like
Wow,
that.
you're
Yeah, yeah,
cap-
that's a lot of people.
I know,
That's a lot.
because you're captivating people, but because when did you start being a conscious, deliberate manifester? Tell them how young you were. You were only 15.
I was 15 years old with my father figure in Haiti, and that man was so hard on me. He always made me do like affirmation all the time. I was say, oh my God, how I do that. I would hit on him and say, hey, one day you would tell me, you're gonna say me, thank you. When I come to America, yeah, I tell him, thank you so much.
Look at your
The-
power right there. I'm on viewer limit.
yeah, me too. It's a lot. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there's a thousand
I
five
know.
hundred
I
people watching.
know.
Oh my goodness.
How is that
I'm so
even
happy. I'm so grateful. Oh man, I'm so grateful. Thank you.
I know. I am
I'm really
grateful.
grateful.
See where
You
you
know,
see what
that's
you
what I
can
say.
accomplish with the state of gratitude.
A lot, a lot, a lot. That's why I
Did-
say it will come to you. You don't have to force it, it will come. When you ask it will come. I think it'll be 2K. Oh, 5K, 100K. Oh my goodness. That's why I say, man, that oh man, I'm so grateful. I'm really
Glitch.
grateful.
He's having a glitch. Your friend is. Hey, Rich Flow 20. Listen, I love you. I love you. I love
Uh
you.
that that
Thank you
that,
for
that
being
me,
here
me,
for Pierre. You are the Pierre is living proof. That's why he's here. How powerful you are.
You too. You are powerful.
Will you keep to make more live stream? We're gonna make more live streams. We're going live every Friday.
Oh my goodness, I'm
We
so
love you.
grateful.
He's so grateful for you. But I've been talking to him throughout the week, and he has some amazing. He's done appearance changes. I
A lot.
mean, he's done. He's overcome so many
Everyone
different.
subscribe.
Wow.
We will keep in touch. We're not going anywhere. We're here to spread the gospel, the good news on how you're really supposed to navigate. Okay. Rich Flo, you're such a you guys are good. I'm gonna start crying with gratitude. You guys love this man so much. He's so
I got so many
lucky.
friends love me a lot. I help them a lot too. They help me too. You know that I love
He's
to share knowledge.
he met
I
Morgan Freeman. That's a god right there in action. I've met actors. I've met
oh
singers.
you may say
I've
okay.
met Ron Howard. I've met all kinds of celebrities. I didn't tell you. I was more interested in you meeting Morgan Freeman. I'm a selfless individual. I wanted to hear what you had to say, and the fact that you have overcome so many obstacles in your life by simply assuming that you are that which you desire to be. You've done appearance changes. You've moved again. You assume that you have something and then it just shows up. You have no resistance. You're powerful mystic. You make Abdullah and Neville very proud beyond measure. No measure. There's no measure. That this is just so incredible. Thank you. 3,000. We're getting maxed out. Joe Dispenza, Freedom Berry, Lyndall. Everybody's look at it. Just keeps growing.
Uh, it's unlimited. It's gonna be
You know
wow.
why you got that powerhouse there, Rich Flow 20K backing you up too.
You too. That's why I say everybody, everything is possible. Everything is possible, and
Thank you.
it is.
You
It
have
is.
to be so the key is
You have to
everybody,
overcome. You have
you're
to overcome your
you don't
environment.
all you have to do is imagine it, assume it's real, and let go. That's it. Let go. When not let go of your desire, let go of taking any action to manifest it or experience it in this 3D reality. It's going to come to you in the most natural way. It's not your responsibility. How free that's why his name is Freedom Berry. You're to be liberated. You're to be free. It's the perfect law of liberty. Well, you just move about in your life and it's going to come to you. God's going to send, if he has to, a million people to manifest it.
Oh my! I'm so
Now it's
strong.
up
I'm
to
so strong.
4,000.
Mimi, if there's so much people I can't even join. It won't let me join the live.
We've been locked out. But
Look
no, you can't think that way.
Look at
See, but people have to realize he's excited. He manifested. He's learning from us. He manifested his trip to New Hampshire. So the next time that we talk, he can share with you what he did as a child, an 11-year-old child, to manifest it because he was told no and he didn't accept no. So Neville, love you. Somebody had asked Neville, this is what's going on in my life. And she goes, what do I do about it? You know what he said to her? Don't accept it. So the only if because people and things going on here are just messengers, you have to change in here for out there to change. Change here first and it'll change out there. That's all that it requires. It's that easy, it's that simple.
And
We go ahead.
everything's everything is within. Everything starts within. You know, everything is within first, and the outside is gonna be a reflect of it. You know. Oh, that's why I say tap in. People know your
Yes.
power is inside you. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have
See?
to go deep within. You know.
Have you has he learned from you or did he teach you?
Oh,
Are you guys
meet
the
him.
magnet?
I meet him when I was working Amazon. I met him just, and I was talking the Matrix, the movie of the Matrix. And when me and him talk about the movie of the Matrix, I said, "Damn, you spiritual." He said, "Me too, I'm spiritual." Me and him always, I call him God, he call me God all the time. I don't care. From at work when I was working, me and him calling him God. They say, "Hey, what's up, God?" And I said, "Hey," he
Oh,
said,
so
"Yeah, I'm
he's
a
the
God."
one. He's
He's
the
the one,
one
yeah,
telling you
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
And me and him too
Wow.
all the time say that, play basketball, we say we are God, and that's why I understand like life is a mirror. Since I really embrace myself and I start to meet those wonderful friends, wonderful people, just like wonderful, really wonderful. And I just become you have to overcome your environment a lot. Over,
Yeah. You
overcome your
got
environment.
so okay, so if you're ever in an environment that isn't conducive what you're manifesting or that you doesn't resonate with you, what do you do? Do you go within
Um
and change the environment or do you just move? Because you have
I,
free
I
will.
just I just change because everything is everything's my reflection. If I'm in an environment, that's mean my frequency have the same level of energy. So I say, okay, if that environment I don't have no peace,
Remember
so
who
why
you
not?
are.
Yeah,
Okay, so Rich Flow, you ready to do a movie with us? We got to remember who you are. You're so wonderful. I really appreciate you being on here. I have deep
yeah,
gratitude for you.
it's
Thank
really
you.
good.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, God. Thank you, everybody. We're all gods
Oh,
having a human experience. And I'm going to say that until I take my last breath. Neville is right about everything, and we're living proof, and we're just continuing on his legend. He's legendary. So is Abdullah, because Abdullah taught. I'm not going to let. That's one thing I want to stop is the overshadowing of Neville, because Neville would want to never want to overshadow Abdullah. He always gave credit to Abdullah. So we got to always
always,
remember Abdullah. He lives on too. He's in. Then they're buried in us, guys. It's important to know this. Remember who you are. Tap in.
always
He,
there.
he
Yeah,
said, tap in, people. Your power is inside you. He's so true.
yeah. Everything is within. Me and him always say that because that's why I say Bing Bang. Everything is within and it gotta be manifest outside. That's why if I'm in an environment is not relate to me, my desire I change myself. I just change self first. That's why I never say change self first.
Okay,
You
and
have to
so we can, yeah, you. I know you talked about that in your own group, but we can also elaborate more on it the next time we meet. We can talk about nothing to change but self. And
that's what I call it.
and I before we end, because we've been on here a long time, and we will get more subscribers so that we can get more viewers. We're doing the best that we can.
Yes.
Um, the thing is, we I don't know your experience with revision, because I'm getting ready to do an upload on revision.
Oh,
I personally have revised a lot of my life, and I've shared that with you. And I want to know, you haven't discussed with me if you
no,
revised anything.
because
I
uh,
But wait. I
my,
gotta
my,
tell you what happened to me real fast before you tell me.
okay.
Hang on. So a couple nights ago, I was going out back, and there's tile, and it was slippery. I didn't know that because it was pitch dark out, and I went out back, and I was like, I slipped and fell on my tailbone. And I was like, oh, that was interesting. So I revised it. And the next day I had no pain. I went down. I did the split. I
Wow.
laughed. I I slipped on a piece of broccoli that I didn't know was out. You gotta laugh. We gotta laugh at this reality, this crap out here. I am not gonna let it take me down, man. So I'm like, what the heck? Are you kidding me right now? So I didn't give into it. I'm like, I went in and I told, my family, and they're laughing at me. I'm like, I'm glad y'all found it funny.
That's why they
But
do.
the
They're
next
always
day
laughing
I
at you.
was fine. Go ahead. I just want to know. I
And
revised on the spot, man. I'm like, that didn't
my
happen. I was
my
fine. I caught myself. So
my
have you revised anything?
my revision. I did revision 2 times, and it was okay. Oh my goodness, my revision. That's why I don't do revision anymore. I do revision 2 times, and I changed the whole perception about that person, and that person come. Okay, it was me and my dad. Have Me and my dad was really mad at each other, and I do the revision. Nothing was happening. He loved me, everything. And one day I said, "You remember that thing happened?" He said, "Never happened." And I asked
Yeah,
everybody in my family. He said, "It's never happened."
I do
And I
that a
was so
lot.
shocked. And I no, they say it's never happened. My dad, my dad have no memory anymore.
That's
He
what I'm
forgot.
saying. I do that a lot.
And I'm so shocked. I said, "Oh man," and I'm so shocked.
Hey, look, that's why your rich flow 20K told you. Remember who you are.
and
You
and
can block that stuff right out.
and the thing that's why I don't do revision anymore, because I did some revision, but something bad happened, and I was at that job, and I was really mad with that manager, really almost to fight. And tomorrow he tell me, hey, nothing was happening. And I said, oh, me and you was arguing everything. It goes to the camera, nothing show up. And that time, I said, damn, I just, like collapse time, everything. I said, oh man, it's really deep powerful. It's really, really powerful. Revision is really powerful.
It
It's
is.
really powerful.
People have
It's
to
really powerful.
understand that. They don't realize that they can revise anything. And hear me out, and I'm going to end on this note. The science has proven that false memories are stored exactly the same way as real ones, and that's really important. So, like I said, I slipped and fell, and I immediately told myself that I didn't fall. That didn't happen. I'm perfectly, and of course, I said I'm perfectly fine. And the next day, I did have a little bit of pain in my lower back,
Hmm.
but and I feel great now. But I do a lot of stretching and I do work out, and that's important. I don't know. I'm getting messages on my phone. All right. Well, this has been fun, man. We have 4,000 people on here.
Yeah, for
You
other
guys,
people,
if you
and
have
we
any
do love.
questions, I don't think it says it's please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe because we're going to come on here again, hopefully next Friday.
The next
Well,
Friday, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
hopefully, yeah.
yeah, but I'll be in a different place.
No, that's fine,
I'll be at my mom's.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's the more perfect than ever.
Yeah, my mommy.
Yeah,
I love
that's
my
more
mom.
perfect.
You gotta love your mom. Even though you know the truth now,
No,
you
no, I love everybody because I know everybody's
I
in their
love everybody.
opinion.
I do love everybody. You know that.
Yeah,
But come
and
on,
I love my
your mom raised you.
yeah, I love my mom, my dad. I love my mom a lot too. But the thing I think, like, I start to have unconditional love right now, and
Here's Raiden though. We might as well ask him real fast, and then we got to get off here,
What?
Raiden. How did you manifest your trip to New Hampshire? 11-year-old
I
manifesting.
affirmed it and imagined it.
He affirmed and imagined it. What did you affirm?
That we went to New Hampshire.
What did you imagine? Did you see yourself there?
Yeah.
See, this
that
is why this incredible, this information needs to get out there. He could be a mystic by the time he's.
because you program him. That's why
Yeah,
it's perfect.
you say that you're programming your little brother. You
Yeah, I
know,
do. My little brother and my little sister.
yeah, and
But yeah.
your brother. He has long nails in my defense. My little black guinea. Listen, you got to real quick. You say you don't revise, but your brother lost a lot of weight. He
Yeah,
went from being lazy to a phenomenal young man.
yeah, because I make him like just assume you're good, assume you're great, assume you have a good physique. I said, don't go to the gym, don't follow me, don't do nothing. All right, chill, relax, play video game like you want. But guess what? One day we wake up natural to do it, and you don't know what's going on. They say, hey, bro, I want to. I said, I cannot stop. I said, okay, because I understand
No.
the law. It's the same thing like for Neville when you say climb the ladder. That's what I did for him too. I said, you don't have to believe it. Just assume every day and feel it and be good for about it. Okay, do nothing. But one day it will come natural to you.
Yeah. Well, I do it for a lot. I know you do it for others. Like, so I keep saying we're going to get off of here, but when are you like me that when you meet someone that is they're expressing discontent or any kind of issues, do you say, that they're perfect? I know you say that
I do that a lot,
I do too. And
a
have you
lot, a lot,
seen do you see the results of your fruit?
all the time, all the time, all the time. That's what
I
they're
should
here
say
for. That's why.
the fruit of your seeds,
Yeah, all
really.
the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. And all the time. I all the time. And that's why
So you're
my
like
friend and
me.
my
If you
father.
see if someone's flipping you off on the freeway, You're like, oh, she's
Oh,
that
you're good.
person
You're
loves me
perfect.
so much. They love me. I'm so glad they love me. That was a great experience. They just love me. Okay, good. That's kind of revising. You're
I do
you're
that. I
you're
do that all the time.
you're mediating God to that individual. I know that Neville, he was, and I'm gonna leave on this. Neville was having dinner with somebody, and he was saying that one of the gentlemen at the table was complaining about this and that, so he left him alone. He didn't, he thought about maybe I should use my imagination and say no, he's perfectly fine. But he says that it's sometimes you just know when you need to interject and pray for someone, and in this instance he didn't. He left him alone because he could have mediated God to him in that instant, but he chose not to. He let him be. Or he could have interjected and said, listen, this is why you're experiencing, difficulties, because a lot of his family were, raised as Christians the way that isn't, the correct way, like me, that
It's
they're
not the
gonna wait
correct
for
way. It's not the
eternity,
correct way.
waiting for something out here to come to them when it's just in here. Like your friend said, it's inside. Tap in, people. Your power is inside of you. So, um, has there been instances where you don't interject, or you just try to perfect the situation always?
I do all the time. Sometimes I just do in silence because I know that's a law, like gravity, the law of gravity, right? That's a law. So I know if I'm focused on something, gonna be happen. Because
Yeah,
I don't have those resistance because I test so much. I test so much, and
good
I'm
for
so
you.
grateful. And I always do practice gratitude all the time
Me too.
because I do all the time, every day, every day, every day, every day,
Me too.
non-stop. Yeah, that's why
Me
I
too.
always focus on
So listen, I'm
gratitude.
going to tell you this story. My niece, she's not been getting child support, so all of a sudden she got this large check right at the right time, right after Christmas, and she was getting into her present apartment. And I told her, I said, I want you to know I prayed my way, and I never sent. I have it right on my phone. I'm on my phone, so I can't show you, but that's why in some cases I don't. You said you script. I script stuff so that I have proof that I'm doing it, because they'll be like, yeah, right. So I
Me
do.
too, me
So
too.
now I'm
I
like,
do, I do, I
okay,
do,
here it
I
is
do,
right here.
I
This is
do.
why this worked, like for loved ones. But Neville said you never brag, so I try not to brag. And sometimes I'm just like you, I just say thank you. Like yesterday, I mediated God to her because she was in desperation. I said, we did together when we talked. And then that later that night, she called me and everything was well.
Yeah,
She had
yeah,
everything she
yeah.
needed. And I keep doing that. I don't brag to her. I didn't say anything. I didn't
Be-
say, I just internally said, thank you, Father, that she has everything she needs now. So she can
And
move about her life, like your friend that you coached, that's a single mom that you helped overcome homelessness by simply helping her know who she is, and that the power to claim it and be it, and it'll come to you, and to assume it, and there it came to her, and now she's got a job, a place to live, and they're doing well, right? They're success
yes,
stories. See,
yes,
so we also
yes.
need to share these success stories, you know.
And the one time I would say like I don't believe in distance anymore. I don't believe in separation. That's why sometimes I'm able because I do that experience so many times with Rich, Rich Flaw, Oliver, his full name is Oliver, Rich Flaw. When I was working at Amazon, so that was in. When I want to take a break sometime, I just switch everything. I just switch everything with my mind, and that's why they have no distance. Everybody is one, everybody is connected. That's why somebody can all the country, all the planet. I don't care. I know God is one, and God is in me, and God is or the whole creation is God. I can connect with you so easy, really easy. And
I'm glad it's so. I know I do it, and I think you have to practice to understand, and then all of a sudden it becomes automatic. That's what I keep telling people. I know it in the beginning. You have to make a concerted and disciplined effort to say no. It's this way. No, like Neville said, unruly horse. Nope. The horse, just to train it. You're like nope, and your dog. Nope. It's this way. Nope. And because I'm doing it with this one in the room, I'm like, what are you doing? You're over here complaining. What do you need to go do? And he goes like this. Thank you.
Reminder,
Shut your
reminder.
mouth and do it in there, and then it'll be out here.
Yeah, and I got one other friend again. He called. His name is Asen, and I never invest. I never invest. I think I invest 2 times in the stock market, but he want 20K. But he trusts me a lot. He really trusts me because he see everything I was doing, everything. Because I don't talk too much, but I just say to everybody like, watch my step. You don't have to trust me, just watch my step. And if you need some help, come to me. And he asked me, hey, I want to have 20K. He's in Dominican Republic. He said, I want to have 20K in the stock market. And you've been struggling. I say, hey, don't care about what's going on. Just assume and write it down all the time. You have 20K in the stock market. You make it happen. And be grateful about it every day, every single day. Don't care about it. One day will come to you, and one day call me. Hey, bro, you know what happened? I made that 20K. Oh my God. I said, yeah. You can trust you can
That's Neville.
like
You're just
transmit
like
reality.
Neville. So I told you that lady lost all the contents, all her possessions. She was overseas for a month, and she had a maid. When she came back, there was nothing in the apartment. And I told you, she went to the police. Nothing. She went and hired a private detective. This is a span of like a month or two, and finally, at the end of her, she's like, "Okay, I guess I'm going to go see Neville." And went and saw Neville. He's like, "Why didn't you just come?" She spent a lot of money with the private detective to try to find her possessions. And she goes, and he's like, you, this is why it's important. You go all in. You start here. You go to the end. That's your beginning. Why are you doing all this other stuff? So they saw her, they both together saw her apartment with all her possessions. And then I told you, within like a couple days later, she was under compulsion. She was going to the bank or whatever. She was getting on a subway and she wanted to go to her bank, but she decided to go to and take a different way. It just didn't feel right, whatever the case may be. So thank God she did. Okay. That was God telling her, because his ways and thoughts are higher. And then because she took a different route to the bank with the subways in New York City, she looked down and she saw a peculiar pair of ankles. And
Wow.
and then looked up, and it was the maid, and she grabbed her, and the woman was like 3 times her size, and she said, "Bring me to my household items now." And she did. She did get her items back, and she couldn't wait to tell Neville. And Neville's like, "Well, see, you should just come to me first." It was that simple. My phone is gonna die.
Oh, okay, okay.
20.
Um,
Well, it's at
um,
20. The alert came on.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's kind of been. I'm still shocked today. We had 3K. Oh my goodness.
You're not in shock. You probably did
No,
this.
no, 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 no.
I
I'll
You
did.
tell you
you
something.
you said that you okay. What did you
I'll
do?
tell you something, right?
Raven
Because
said he did
that
it.
that
The
okay.
11-year-old has no resistance. I didn't do it. I know
I don't have no resistance, but I know
I
that
did do
infinite
it.
intelligence, that infinite intelligence.
Yeah,
That's why I love it. That's why
yeah.
because it's gonna be all the time shock you.
We all did it,
That's
and
why
we
that's why the
did.
divine. Yeah,
We all did it.
but
We're the
we are, and
child,
I'm so
meaning you.
grateful, and I'm
We
so
all did
grateful.
it because we see ourselves as everything we touch turns to gold, and they're not getting off. So no one can. The sad thing is, because there's so many people watching us, there's no comments coming in. I can't answer their
There's probably a
questions,
million comments right now. They're not gonna
and because see, it won't let me read them.
Yeah,
And
look at
this year
viewer
the
limit.
viewer.
Get more subscribers to get more viewers the next time you go live.
They're not let.
We're
There's
over
not.
the
It's
viewer
like
limit.
frozen. We're over
Yeah,
the limit.
we're over the limit.
Yeah, he's over the limit, oh my
That's
goodness.
okay. It's
Everyone's
okay.
subscribed.
I'm gonna get off of here. It's been 80 minutes almost. So
Everyone's
I
subscribed.
really appreciate you being
Me too.
faithful in this happening, because His ways are higher than our ways. And His thoughts are past our knowing and our understanding. And Neville always said, we can't do it on this level. That's the key. This is proof right here. I was experiencing obstacles. That's why I don't let the obstacles worry me anymore. I used to. And then, just like, I was trying to think of something. Neville, but also myself, or even my child getting into the academy. He had all these obstacles that you would have never, oh, in reflecting back, you would have never thought that he would have made it there, especially when he fell off a roof and broke his back. You're like, oh my God. And he still applied. And I'm going to be honest, like you said, God's ways are higher. Okay, all these crazy things, Bridget, this happen in order for you to get to your desire. You know, it just happens that way. Like Neville said, he, you know, thought he saw himself when Abdullah first taught him, he saw himself going setting passage and going first class, but his ticket said economy. And you said that happened to you.
I love
Yeah,
it.
you
Happened
said
to me
that
one
happened
time.
on the plane when you saw yourself going first class, but you bought an economy ticket, but you assumed you went and you sat in your assigned seat, and then an attendant came, your story is just as good. And then an attendant came up and said, "Hey, I need you to go to the first class section to balance out the plane." And you're like, I'm all for it.
Yes, and I post the video on YouTube. I post the video on YouTube. I posted, yeah, I posted the video on
Share it
YouTube.
with me later so I can watch it.
I was drinking, drinking, but that time I was not drinking alcohol. I was drinking my, this. What you want? You want to eat? I said, yes, I want to eat. Yeah, I was so damn. Oh my goodness, I was shocked.
You are Abdullah made over.
Nah, I feel it.
You do.
I
I
feel
know
it.
you do. You feel his power in you.
I feel it.
You
I
all
feel it.
these things that happen to you happen to him. All right, I'm gonna get off because I'm going down. I'll
Okay,
talk with you later. I've enjoyed this. So next week we'll talk about that no one to change but
there's
self.
itself. Yeah, it's really
This is
important.
important. People, this is very important now that they know that they're a limitless being. Because if they didn't hear it from us today, there's something wrong. We started off with mysticism and we're concluding it with real examples, real stories where we assume something to be true. Even the child, he assumed because his parents kept telling him no, 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 and he's going. He's got a ticket. He's going. He's going. He's going. Just like Neville. And I'm over here drilling it into his head. This is what every child born a man needs to know, from Neville Goddard, from Adula, all of and us. Let's keep the sharing the knowledge, which is, like I said, I wouldn't trade $1 billion for this knowledge.
That's a
I'm
real
so
achievement.
great.
Real
This
achievement.
this is really, really important.
Very
All
important.
right.
It's real. It's real. It's
It
real.
is
And I'm so
real.
grateful. And I'm so grateful to know.
I'm so grateful for this collaboration.
Me
I'm
too.
so
I'm really
grateful for
grateful.
you. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for all of you people being on
And I'm so
here.
grateful for everybody come here
And
and
us.
support me. What's
Yes,
alive,
yes, thank
like,
you. Yes, thank
subscribe,
you,
everything.
everybody. Thank you, all of Pierre's friends. I love you all. I love you all so much. Take care, guys, and I will see you in the next one. This is Dr. Sorois, the Mystical Professor, and Pierre with Pierre Eddy. You guys have a good one. Take care, everybody.
How do we
Take care. All right. Bye.
Oh, bye.